Hi there, I'm Maria, and today I'll be your yoga teacher. It's very nice to meet you, although I'm just talking to a screen, but it's lovely knowing that there'll hopefully be someone on the other side listening to you. And I'm very happy to share this practice with you because it is so powerful. It's truly life changing. And even though today we're just going to go through some of the basics, you can adapt this and take it into your life and you'll see the effects. Even if it's just 20 minutes of practice, can make all the difference in the world. So remember that. So we're going to start by doing some breathing and then we're going to go into some postures. For the breathing, I'd like you to introduce a practice called double breathing, which is very powerful, both on a mental, on a physical, and on an energetical level. So let's go straight through it. I'm going to skip talking to you to all the benefits because otherwise this lesson is going to take way too long. And we're going to go straight in and do it, and you can feel it for yourself. So I've got a bit of a bad knee today, so if you see me doing weird movements, that's what it is. But I'll just show you how it works. So it's called double breathing because we're inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth like this. We're gonna first rounds, we're just gonna do it as it comes, whatever it feels comfortable for you. You can just try to do it now. In through the nose, out through the mouth. So it's very laudable, it's a very strong breath. And after the first round, we're gonna kind of get used to it and you can do it whatever way you want. We're gonna do it in the belly. And I'll show you how this looks so you can have an idea. So inhale, fill it in completely, and then with the exhale, empty out completely. Perfect. And then the round after, we're gonna go in the chest. So just to show you how that looks, fill all the way up to the collarbones, and with the exhale, you release completely. So it doesn't really matter on the exhale where the movement happens. What's important to remember on the exhale is you're letting go of tension. You're just unloading all of the tension with the exhale. And with the inhale, we're bringing energy in, so we feel it that it's filling us up with energy and we grow and our body can expand. And don't be worried, you don't have to do as much movements as I'm doing if you're not comfortable with it. Remember, this is your first time, and the most important thing is that you're comfortable. You're comfortable and you know that you're not pushing your limit beyond what you can. This is not any sort of race. Okay, now that the basics are covered, I'm going to quickly explain you what's going to happen after we do this double breathing, the recovery breath, and then of course I'm going to tell you everything all over again once we're doing it, but just so you have a taste of what's going to happen. So the first round, we're just going to do 5 double breathing. Wherever they go, however they comes, that's fine. At the end of the 5th double breath, we're going to be on a double exhale. So it's going to be at this point, we're going to exhale completely. And then we're going to rebound the breath. And with a slow and controlled inhale, we're going to fill up with the breath. So gradually, you fill up with breath and then you will hold up the top. So filled, inflated with oxygen. We're going to hold for a couple of seconds. And then the release, we use something that is called the ah breath. So it's an audible exhale, like if you were saying ah. So it goes. These exhales allow us to calm down the breath and make it nice and slow and controlled. And this will allow you to slowly dropping into yourself and bringing the attention inwards. There's going to be more on this later, but for now, that's what is important. It's important to know that you're slowly, gradually softening everything and coming inwards. And at this point, after this ah breath exhale, you feel that you won't feel the need to breathe for a while. Don't be scared about this. You've oxygenated your body so much through the practice of double breathing that the body for a while doesn't need any more breath. So we're going to enter this practice, which is called dynamic stillness. And as the name suggests, you'll be still. nothing of your body will be moving. And it's dynamic because you're bringing the attention inwards, and we're going to be doing some work with the attention. Don't worry about the dynamic part, that comes later, but it's important. The breath, the body is immobile. You're not breathing until it feels right for you. I don't want you to pass out. When you feel that you really need to breathe, you're going to take a recovery breath. So this is going to be, again, a slow, controlled inhale. This time we're going to hold at the top for 12 seconds. And then after the 12 seconds, we release again with an out breath exhale. And then you'll be in the after voice. We'll just be waiting here for everyone to join up. So remember, this is for you. You're not here. I know that you probably are not in the room with anyone else, but even if you were, you're not here as a competition. You're not here to gauge yourself against them. And most importantly of all, you're not in a competition with yourself. So if you then start becoming that you're doing this practice daily, like I would recommend you to, you don't have to gauge yourself or measure yourself as yesterday's what I've done, today I have to do like that or better. Because every day our body changes, is different. So take yourself, this is one of the key lessons of yoga, lesson 101, just take yourself as it is and make the most of it. Good, I'm glad we covered that. Now let's try and do it. So as I said, find a comfortable seated position, or you can lay down. Doesn't matter, you can be sitting on a chair or cross-legged, or sort of cross-legged like me today. The important thing is a straight back. You're comfortable and your body's not distracting you because it's uncomfortable. When you found that, feel the grounding with the floor. Feel the energy rebounding up through your spine, opening the chest and rolling the shoulders back and down. Then close your eyes and come inside for a second. Just let the day at the door. You're coming in for a yoga practice, and this next session is for you. It's good sometimes to just take a moment to center ourselves back into ourselves. Well done. Now we're ready to double breathe. So keeping the intensity right for us. You're going to test it. It's your first day. There's no right or wrong. So just play with it and see where it takes you. We're going to do 5 double breathing. Wherever they come, they can be in the belly, they can be belly to chest, they can even just be that you haven't figured out yet. You're just breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth with a double rhythm. So follow my rhythm for the first time. It's good not to rush into the next breath. Just put a pause at the end of your exhales. And if you can find a rhythm, that makes it even easier to just continue breathing. But the important thing is the right intensity for you today. Okay. When you're ready, away we go. One more. Empty out completely. Now rebound up with an inhale, slow and controlled. Consolidate the energy at the top and hold for a couple of seconds. And then you can release gradually with the out breath exhale, leaving a little bit of spare air in your lungs. And we're entering dynamic stillness. So the body will feel immobile. Nothing is moving and the attention is brought inwards. We overcome the need to breathe. And there's so much energy that we've created from double breathing that the mind cannot resist but to come inwards, come inside, just to feel whatever comes. And then when it's your time to take your recovery breath, slow and controlled inhale up to the top. hold for a couple of seconds, and then you release again with an out breath exhale. If you haven't done it so, you can take your recovery breath now, and we'll all meet in the after pause. So the after pause is an important part of the practice. We're not just here waiting. We're actually absorbing all the effects of the practice. So the body is still immobile and in the after pause, and our breath can go back to normal. But you find that as you become more comfortable with the practice, you're gonna love the after pause. You're actually gonna look forward to being the after pause, because it's the time that all of the benefits kind of like get to soak in, and you're marinating all that energy that you created. Well done, everyone. Are you ready to try to direct it in the belly? I'll assume that you said yes. Okay, great. So as before, straight spine, shoulders are down and relaxed. We can come inside, just prepare ourselves mentally for the effort and physically. So 5 in the belly. Away we go. One more. Empty out completely. Rebound up with an inhale, slow and controlled. All the way up to the top, and then hold it for a couple of seconds. Get a sense that you're making this energy yours, you're owning it. It's not overpowering you. And then you let go with an out breath exhale, slow and controlled release. The body softens, the mind softens and dissolves, and we're coming inwards. We're doing that conscious switch from thinking to feeling. Just be with the energy that you created. And feel any sensation that might come your way, any buzzing or tingling sensation. You can nudge into your breath hold without becoming aggressive, without making it a competition. You know when it's your time to take your recovery breath. And when it comes, you can do so. Inhale up, hold the way up to the top, hold for 12 seconds, and then you release with an out breath exhale into the after pause. If you haven't done so yet, you can take your recovery breath now, and we'll all meet in the after pause. So as I said, there's a lot of energy being generated, and it might happen, it's not unusual. You might feel lightheadedness or any other strange sensation might arise. Don't fear, it's fine, it's gonna pass. It's just that your body is not used to seeing this level of energy being created. You're tapping into something deep, like some resources which is yours, is your breathing. And so if you think about it, it's incredible that you can shift your body in a way that your body might not even feel ready for it, but it will be. So just persevere with the practice. If you feel lightheaded or anything, you can stop, of course. No one is preventing you to stop if you don't feel comfortable. But maybe just consider like taking it down a notch, that intensity. You can just do it like, it's fine. It's still gonna work. That's the beauty of it. Great. I trust that we're all back into the after pause now. So we're gonna do the last round in the chest. So it's gonna be up here. The inhale fills our lung and all the upper area, and then we let go, and everything just dissolves and get rid of all the nasty tensions we might have. accumulated through the day or the week or whatever. Cool. So straight back, close our eyes and come inside, ready for 5 double breaths in the chest. Away we go. Empty out completely. Now gather with the Ujjayi. Inhale up to the top. Hold for a couple of seconds and consolidate that energy. And then when it feels right, you can gift it to the body with an out breath exhale, slipping into dynamic stillness. If thoughts arise, just let them pass as if they were clouds in the sky. We don't identify ourselves with them. We don't grab onto them. We're just moving through any sensation. And that's why it's called dynamic stillness. We're moving through anything that comes our way without fixating on anything. We're coming inwards. Trust the process. Trust the sensations. Trust your body and breath. And of course, when it's your time, you take your recovery breath. Let's take it all together for whoever hasn't done it already. This is our recovery breath. Inhale up to the top. Hold for 12 seconds. Our breath exhale to release. And we're in dynamic stillness. So on a physical level, this practice is detoxifying, oxygenating, energizing, and rejuvenating the whole system. It's like a whole overhaul for the system. The blood is running more alkaline. Because of our intense breathing, we've actually released cortisol, which is the stress hormone in the body. So we're learning to deal with it, but we're learning to deal with it in a very healthy way. Because after producing so much energy and releasing the cortisol in the body, we're still. So we're putting a pause and a space between an action and a reaction of the body. We're stretching that boundary. We're stretching our nervous system and we're becoming more stress resilient by doing so. So it's amazing what you can do with your breath. And these are just some of the benefits I said, because I'm just going to give you some highlights. Great. Well done. So this was just a little teaser, a little taster. Now, if you're ready, we can do a more complete round of double breathing. So we just done 5, 5, and 5. Now I'd like us to try to do 10 of them. We're going to do 10 in the belly and 10 in the chest, all together without pauses. And then at the end of the 10 in the chest, we're going to do our recovery breath and dynamic stillness and recovery breath. So just to make it clear, we're going to do 10 in the belly, followed right away by 10 in the chest. And after that, we're going to exhale completely and go into our dynamic stillness. We're going to exhale completely, take a recovery breath, and then go into a dynamic stillness. But I'll guide you through it. Just remember 10 in the belly and then right away 10 in the chest. Okay. All done. Find your position, comfortable position of choice. And away we go. One more here. To the chest. Final breath. Emptying out completely. Then rebound up with an inhale, slow and controlled, all the way up to the top, where we're going to hold for a couple of seconds. Feel the energy. Feel like you're a strong container for energy. And then with the breath exhale, slowly release, dissolving the body, dissolving the mind. Let all the thoughts leave on the wave of your exhale. And you're coming in. Wipe the state clean. And you're in dynamic stillness. Without the need to breathe, without the need to think. Just feel. You're finding your own foundations. You're coming inside to discover this peace, this sense of tranquility, which is you. Ultimately, this is you. When you manage to dig deeper than the layers of the mind and the compulsive thinking and the planning and the worrying, this is what we are. This is what there is. And double breathing is just the access door. The more you practice, the more this becomes your default state. You can come back here at any time. If you haven't done so already, we can take our recovery breath now. So slow inhale, filling up the body all the way up to the top. We hold for 12 seconds to consolidate the practice. Let all that energy that we created get absorbed. And then with the breath exhale, we release into the after poise. So what are these breath holds? Well, increasing the levels of CO2 in the systems, and that's what's making us more stress resilient. But on a more scientific note, and even though my explanation is not going to sound scientific whatsoever, there's something quite outstanding happening. So the cells hold some oxygen, and then when that oxygen gets depleted, it gets substituted with CO2, and we know what CO2 is. But in order for new oxygen to be introduced in the system, this CO2 has to be present in the cell. So when you inhale, when you're breathing in, that new oxygen that you've breathed in is just going to go to them cells which have been oxygen depleted. So them oxygens which have CO2 right now. And that's why double breathing can be so powerful and so cleansing at a physiological level, because you're raising your levels of CO2, so that virtually all the cells in your body have been replaced with CO2 from oxygen. And then when we take that recovery breath, that inhale, which feels like water in the desert, that's bringing new oxygen to all them cells. Instead of having some stagnant old oxygens, you've done a whole complete shower of new oxygen. I found that quite amazing. Well done for your double breathing. I think that for this week, this is all the double breathing you're gonna get. If you want to do more, just contact me or watch the video again. And next week we're gonna go in for some hardcore double breathing, even more. But I hope you enjoy it. And there's my contact. If you have any questions, any worries, you can contact me. Hiya, and welcome back. Now we're ready to go into some postures. But before we do so, I'd like to just point out a few things which are key to the Living Yoga method on how to pose and move through the flow of postures. So I already mentioned pose. This is the key. This is the one element, the one key ingredient of the Living Yoga method when we move through the postures. And that is that we use the breath to move our body. We're not being guided by the mind, we're being guided by the breath. And this switch of attention to the breath is so beneficial also for the mind, because it's got something else to focus the attention on. And so it's like if there was some embedded meditation within the postures. But also, most importantly, for the body aspect of it, the fact that we're posing, it means that we're not going to hold the postures and start sweating and hating ourselves and hating the practice because it's too hard. The pose allow us to just take the postures with the intensity that is right for us today. Because remember, every day your body is different. So every day your body would need something else. So by listening to the breath, you can see how far you can get and from where you should refrain from going that day. And what I mean by it is basically with every inhale, we receive life in. So we grow and expand and stretching. And then with the exhales, usually with release, we soften. And this release allows the next inhale to come in to stretch even more. So you see, it's like the postures are gradual and progressive. You start by just testing how you're feeling today, how's your body is. And then the inhale after, you can extend a bit more and stretch, and then release. And then gradually up to the last pose, which is going to be your best expression of today in the posture. And then exhale. So that's component number one to keep in mind. So don't push yourself beyond your limits. Just see what's there and do the best with what you got. Awesome. Now that we covered that, we can go straight into the mat. And so in these 2 weeks, I wanted to introduce you to the Mahakriya. So this is the great sequence. Is the translation from the Sanskrit. And there are 4 postures, which are like the fundamental postures of yoga and of the Living Yoga method. And they target the spine, and we're going to be bending the spine all sorts of directions and twisting it and going upside down, but that's coming next week. But yeah, it's just to say that the spine is obviously one of the most important components of our bodies, like the highway of information. And my teacher always says you're only as young as your spine is. So it's very important to keep good care of our spine. And another thing that my teacher says is if you only got 4 minutes, then just do 10 minutes is going to take us. But today we're just going to do two postures. He says there's nothing better that you can do for yourself and body and mind and energy than do the Mahakriya. If you only got 2 minutes, then you do forward bend, which is going to be the first posture that we do today. If you got 10 minutes, then you do the whole Mahakriya. But for today, we're just going to focus on the first 2, which is forward bend and cobra. So we're going to bending our spine forward and backwards. Awesome. I'll see you on the mat then. Okay. So starting from the head of the mat, let's try to frame me so you can see me. Okay, most of it. Start from the head of the mat and feel the grounding between the ground and your feet. Feel the energy rebounding up through your legs, traveling up with a neutral pelvis. The chest opens, spine lengthens, and then we run lengths of energy down our arms and fingers. Now with an exhale, we can soften so that the knees bend, everything gives way. And now with the next inhale, energy rebounds up from the floor. Inflate the whole body, shoulders roll back and down, the chest is nice and open. And then with the exhale again, we can soften. So with the inhale, the energy travels up, and you can feel like if you were being pulled from the center of the top of your head upwards. So you're looking straight ahead of you, but everything is stretching and extending. Exhale. Now with the inhale, we're going to bring our arms up. So on this inhale, arms up into flying mountain, palms meet at the top, and then interlace the fingers. And with the next exhale, we soften knees, elbows, neck, everything loosens. And now with the inhale, we rebound up, gradually growing that stretch towards the sky, and then exhale to soften again. Inhale, energy from the feet traveling all the way up to your palms. Exhale, soften. Gonna do one more. So inhale up, look up into our thumbs, and now to go into forward bend, we're gonna swan dive. So with that exhale, we're gonna bend forward and then keep on looking forward. And in the moment that the arm string starts to bite, bend your knees as much as you need to, land your fingers on the floor. And from here, bending your knees, hinging the hips, lengthening the spine on the inhale, looking forward. And with the exhale, pull the other way. So we're diving over our thighs gradually, keeping our easy. Inhale, bending the knees, hinging the hips, lengthening the spine, looking forward. And exhale, so come into forward bend. It's never easy to meet your arm strings, trust me, but we're doing the best. We're gradual, we're respectful, we're not forceful. Inhale, bending the knees, lengthening the spine, look forward. Exhale into the forward bend, so we're pulling our legs back and diving over the thighs. You can play with your legs if you want. Inhale. Exhale. So this posture is enough to change the trajectory of our day. Inhale. The brain is below the heart. Exhale. And we're activating the parasympathetic nervous system just by doing this posture. Inhale. Parasympathetic nervous system is the one that makes us calm down. Exhale. We're going to do one more. Inhale. Hinging the hips, opening the chest. Exhale. Now we're going to come back up. So with an inhale, flat back, bend the knees as much as you need. Palms join up. And then we're going to dive straight back into forward bend, this time with interlaced fingers. So with the exhale, fingers join at the back, bending our knees, looking forward, squeezing the shoulder blades. And with the exhale, diving over the thighs. Inhale, pull the knuckles back, opening the chest. Exhale. So we're sort of a ski jumping position with the inhale. This is going to be our last one. Inhale, pull back, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, knuckles come over the head. We're going to come back up. So with the inhale, sweep the arms up and over. And then with the exhale, we meet the hands back into mountain. So palms meet in front of the sternum. And we take a breath, consolidating the energy of this first posture. And now we're going to use the sun salutation flow to go on the floor into Cobra. So don't worry if you're not familiar with the sun salutation. Maybe just watch me first and then you can follow. Actually, I'm just going to show you one first and then we can do it all together. So very quickly, just look at the screen now. Inhale, flying mountain. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, downward dog. So here you bend the knees as much as you need to get that nice squeeze between the shoulder blades. Now with the inhale, we go into dog tail, look up. And with the exhale, into cat. So we're bending the spine the other way, look into the navel. And now with the inhale, just let the hips fall forward and you slowly keep pushing through your palms, enter into Cobra. And here's where we're gonna pulse. So with the exhale, we go back onto the floor. With the inhale, pull through our palms and come up. And then gradually we're gonna open the chest and the lower back so that we're looking up or even behind us. Now let me come back where you are and we can do the posture together. Okay. Great. Ready to go through the sun salutation and go into Cobra? Inhale into flying mountain. Look up to your thumbs. Exhale, slowly swan dive into forward bend. Look forward, then bend your knees. Spinal extension on the inhale. Exhale into downward dog. So sweep back, feet back, squeeze between the shoulder blades. Inhale into dog tail. So we're looking up, arching the back, and then curving the back the other way with the exhale into cat. Look into our navels. And now with the inhale, let the hips fall forward, slowly and gradually, keeping the shoulders down, and we're into Cobra. Now with the exhale, we go onto the floor. And with the inhale, we push through our palms and come up, peeling the vertebrae off the ground. And then with the exhale, back onto the floor. If this variation is too strong for you and for your arms, you can always go for the Sphinx variation. So you just on your elbows and you pulse and bend your back the same way. Inhale, peeling it off and opening the chest. And with the exhale, releasing slowly and gradually. So inhale, making sure that your elbows are nice and close to the body. And with the exhale, release. The hands are like at the level of the nipples. Inhale, peeling the spine off the floor. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So we are Cobra. So we can move in any way we want. And play with it. It's important to remember that the posture is just a template. So whatever feels right for us and with our lower back, remembering to be respectful, not being forceful. We can explore the posture in all its dimensions. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to do one more. Inhale. So this is going to be your fullest expression of the posture today. Make it majestic. And then with the exhale, we're going to go back into cat. So you can curl your spine look into your navel. And then with the inhale, into dogtail, looking up. And then with the exhale, we're going to go into baby pose. So you join your toes and then you gradually recline back and you go sitting onto your heels. I can't do it fully today because of my knee, but just imagine that my buttocks was touching the heel. And we're staying here for a breath. So with the inhale, we're pushing and expanding forward. And with the exhale, we're melting towards the ground. Awesome. Now we can come back to the seated position. And we're going to finish our sequence together with Yoga Mudra. So for this, you can be kneeling, you can be cross-legged, you could be my sort of cross-legged. And then you join your hands at the back, interlace the fingers. With the inhale, the spine is going to lengthen, the chest does open. And with the exhale, slowly recline forwards, diving over the thighs. The inhale, you feel that the spine is coming up, just like in forward bend. And with the exhale, slowly unstacking the other way. With this inhale, we're going to bring our arms over the head, palms join. With the exhale, slowly bring the palms into the heart. Let the thumbs press into the sternum. And just take a moment here. Close your eyes and feel the effects of the practice. It was short, but powerful. These are called the long hold postures. So I just demonstrated a few pulses, but you could theoretically stay here for as long as you want. You brought mind, body, and energy all together, all working together. They're allies now. And your nervous system is already feeling the effects of it. Congratulate yourself for the practice. Now we can take a very quick relaxation flow. So you can lay yourself on the floor, like if you were sleeping on your back. So reclined on your back, legs straight in front of you, or if it's a bit tight on the lower back, you can always have them kneeling like this, but your back is on the floor and the arms are on the side, palms turned upwards, and just close your eyes and come inside. Your body will naturally just start letting go any residual tension, and this relaxation practice is going to help us to absorb and consolidate the effects of the practice. It's like you're a sponge, and this is your time to be soaked into all the benefits of the practice, to really make them yours. So let's just take a long inhale all together. And now a long and controlled exhale. One more inhale. And now we're going to release with an ah breath exhale. Let go of the need to breathe. Let go of your control over the need to breathe. Let go of the need of moving your body. Just let go of all of it. Your body is immobile. You're not controlling your breath. You're just letting it happen. And now, when I call the parts of the body, you're going to bring your attention there. This is something incredible that we don't give enough credit to the body. The fact that we can just shift attention wherever we want. We don't have to touch that part of the body to feel it. We can just bring our attention there. So let's start by bringing our attention to the toes, soles of feet, tops of feet, ankles, calves, shins, knees, thighs, buttocks, hips, lower back, lower abdomen, middle back, upper abdomen, shoulder blades, chest. Now feel your fingers, your palms, back of hands, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, shoulders, neck. Feel your chin, jaw, lips, nose, cheeks, ears, eyes, temples, forehead, back of the head. Now feel the top of your head. Feel your whole body. Take a slow and controlled Ujjayi inhale from the feet all the way up. Feel the whole body filling with breath, energy and awareness, all the way up to the crown of your head, and then hold. Hold the breath in and feel your whole body. Now you can release with an out breath exhale. Gradually feel your whole body. And just be in your body. Have a sense that you're giving it back to nature. This is what the yogis call the Shavasana. It's the corpse. It's the rebirthing process. We've reclaimed control over our body through the postures, and then we relinquished it all with the Shava Kriya. And now, with the practice of the body rotation, we've reclaimed control. We've reclaimed a new body. We've rebirth. Well done. Now you can start by doing very small movements. You can start by wiggling your toes and fingers, and then gradually start moving more and more of your body. And then come back and see me. Welcome back. We're going to finish the practice together. So let's take all together Ujjayi inhale. All the way to the top. Exhale. Now with this inhale, we bring our arms up. Palms join at the top. And then with the exhale, gradually bring the hands down into your heart. Well done for the practice. And thank you for joining me. I'm sure you did great, even though I didn't see you. And I'll see you next week. We're going to do some more. We're also going to be introducing you the Ujjayi breath that sometimes today I've just been throwing it there. You don't know what it is, but next week we're going to find out. And hopefully also have some better audio technology for you. Take care.